Well, welcome once again to Start It Up here on ZDNet. This is where we talk to young entrepreneurs about what could be the next big idea. And Luke Garner from Coachy joins me. So the name, I guess, says it all. It's all to do with coaching.
Yeah, online coaching.
Right. So, I mean, the obvious question for this is, so the idea is this is for somebody who's running a small business,
yep,
providing like management advice and that sort of
thing.
So
business coaching, life coaching. We've done some experimenting with language coaching or music coaching, if you want to learn a new instrument as well.
Right. So the obvious question is, because I know people who do this, and they do it
yep,
on, they're using Skype, and
yep,
it seems to be good enough for them. So what are
yep,
you adding to the equation?
So the way I thought of the idea was I was getting business coaching and learning guitar over Skype for the past few years. And there's just been so many issues with Skype, especially with the quality, but also Skype is not purposely built for having coaching sessions. It's great to communicate with your family and friends and catch up, but when you're actually having a session, there's special features that you want in that room, the virtual coaching room, that can make it better.
Right.
So
like what, for example?
So for example, you'd like to record that session and keep it in the room. You could do screen sharing, file sharing, which is obviously Skype has, but there's other things that we're building on top of that. So one thing that we've built is called the Coachy Dashboard. And this is where the first time you have a session with the coach and the client or the student, you can set the goals and action points under each session. There's also a notepad in the room that is saved and recorded in that coaching room.
Right.
So the idea is that a coach would log into coachy.com and they would create a unique URL for that coach and student, and that's that one place that the coach and student always go to have their sessions. So each session that they have would be recorded and each session will be saved into the room. All the notepads and homework or anything that needs to be done is saved into that room.
Right, so they pick up basically where they left off last time.
Exactly.
Right.
And even the student can go into that room when the coach is not there and actually look through the work that they've done and do their homework. So we want to build one place online for that coach and student to have those sessions.
Right. So I'm glad you said that, because if it was just a question of quality, I mean we know that Skype is not always the best, but I mean obviously Skype will move into this space, and not necessarily this space specifically, but in terms of managed quality of video, and there are
yes,
many other providers as well who are doing the same thing and providing yes, a better quality video experience. I mean all of those have potential, I guess, to say, well, now let's start developing this for a few verticals and start offering a
yeah,
few extra tools as well. So,
yeah,
so I guess this is a space you've got to move into quickly.
Yeah. So we want to build the video room, which we're doing right now, but there's two other things that we're building in parallel with the video room. The first one is coaches have difficulty finding clients and students. So they've always got a number of students or clients that they have, but when you speak to a lot of them, they always want more. So we're also building in a marketplace. So a coach can create their profile, set their available times that they're available, the prices, and then potential students or clients can find them and see the different coaches that is ideal for them. See the ratings and reviews of past students and clients. So we really want to solve that problem as well.
Right. So which is great, so long as
yep,
you've got thousands of people, I guess,
yes,
using the tools.
yeah.
So and this is an issue for a lot of startups, isn't
yeah,
it? How do you get the traction? What do you do to
get
up to that?
We originally started Coachy as a marketplace to begin with,
right,
and we were doing a lot of marketing, and we were running into brick walls. And we couldn't actually get the traction. So what we've done, we've pivoted and we've decided to just focus on the video room now and win that market and get a lot of coaches signed up. And then once we have those coaches, then we can start really building the marketplace and start growing it globally. So we have failed and pivoted, and now we're really moving forward in that approach.
And is your market Australia, or is it a global concern?
At the moment, we're in Australia. I did a trip to San Francisco and signed up some coaches in America. So our next obvious move is going to America,
yeah,
and then long-term goal is definitely global.
So I mean, why the geographic constraint? It seems like, I mean, one of the great things about coaching is that it can be done by anybody anywhere in the world. So
that's right,
why constrain yourself?
Well, initially we want to get the video room right and get the business model that we have right, and so that's why we're doing the testing in Australia. We're going to prove out the platform and get the traction required to raise a Series A, and then we'll definitely go to America and launch it globally from America. So
Right.
that's the plan.
And the business model, I mean, it seems fairly straightforward. I
Yep.
guess the coach is being charged for the service.
Yeah, so it's just a SaaS-based business model. We charge coaches a $29 per month fee to use the room and have access and have a listing in the marketplace. So we're still testing the business model out, but definitely SaaS-based business model. But then in the future, as we grow into the marketplace, the coaches that we're speaking to are open to having a different business model there. It could be a percentage of the session if we're bringing in the students. So we're still experimenting a lot with the business model.
Right. Okay. And so, how do you know? I mean, what are the risks? I guess. I mean, how do you know it's really going to take off?
So the biggest thing that we've been focusing on is making sure the timing of this. So everyone knows that live video and webcam coaching sessions and tutoring is going to be the future. We all know that. It's just about the timing, and we've got to make sure that the internet quality of both the coach and the student is good quality, so they have a good session. So that's one of the risks that we're working towards.
In other words, you could be too early. It might be an idea 2 years ahead of its time.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So, I mean, how do you mitigate against that?
So we're raising money for the long term. So we're building out the plan of the milestones that we need to achieve over the long term. We're getting the right investors on board, and we're not rushing fast. We're not committing to a business model too quickly, and we're just really getting a foothold of the market, and we're thinking long term.
Right. And you've got a product roadmap that goes beyond this. You don't need to tell us now because you've got to keep some things secret, but you've got a roadmap that goes beyond this initial offering.
That's right. Yep.
Right. Can you give anything of it away?
Yeah, sure. So one of the, we really want to focus on coaching. This is our market. We don't want to worry about meetings or chatting with family and friends. So one of the other products that we're experimenting and getting some feedback from coaches is actually letting them build a custom coaching website. So a lot of the coaches out there they use a blog which is potentially outdated, or they've spent $5,000 or $10,000 building a website which they can't update easily. So the technologies these days allow them to pick a template and create their website, build their profiles, have ratings and reviews, and make it very social. We want to give them the marketing tools to do email marketing and social media marketing. And also payment processing and client management in the back end that we're seeing is a lot of issues from the coach's side. So that's just a hint of what might come for Coachy.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, as you know, people have an opportunity to vote on this, whether they think the idea is a hit or a miss. So make your votes now on the ZDNet website. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Phil. Cheers.